A woman arrived at her new post full of anticipation. She waited for a long time without receiving a single assignment. Her co-workers in the department were nowhere to be found. Lemon happened to run into the HR director in the break room. She hurried over to ask where everyone had gone.
二部的人都去表姐公司开会去了，没人通知你吗？
She was stunned to find out the team was meeting without her. She had no choice but to wait patiently at her desk. Max seemed thrilled to see that Lemon's transition was off to a rocky start. He couldn't hide his gloating expression. The rest of the team didn't trickle back into the office until nearly quitting time. They greeted Lemon with fake smiles on the surface. The veteran employees had no intention of accepting a newcomer. Director Jason pulled a supervisor aside to coordinate a plan. He intended to publicly put Lemon in her place. They had already heard about the bet Lemon made with the boss. She would be forced back into her secretarial role without results in 2 months. The team used this as an excuse to target her at every turn. Linda dumped over 900 files onto Lemon's desk. She demanded that everything be organized by early the next morning. Lemon knew perfectly well that she was being bullied by her colleagues. She accepted the task without a single word of complaint. She wanted to prove her professional competence through her actions. Everyone else in the company had already headed home for the night. Only Lemon's workstation remained lit. Max noticed she was still pulling overtime at the office. He couldn't resist walking over to mock her productivity. He joked that she had gotten slower since switching departments.
你是换了一个地方，继续做你的秘书。
Lemon shot back that the work was completely different now. She argued that at least she didn't have to wait on people every day. Max became visibly angry upon hearing those words. He reminded her that there were only 57 days left on their bet. He stated flatly that he didn't believe she could achieve anything. Lemon ignored him and went back to organizing the data. She pulled an all-nighter and worked until dawn to finish the task. She handed the organized files over to Jason the following morning. He acted indifferent and barely glanced at her hard work. Jason had been hostile toward Lemon since her very first presentation. He had personally authorized his subordinates to make things difficult for her. However, Lemon's organization of the files was absolutely flawless. Linda couldn't find a single excuse to criticize her work.
在这么短的时间之内，既没有怨言，整理的又好，真是让我想找他茬我都找不着。
能在陆总身边待3年，肯定不是一般人。
Jason found no loopholes to exploit even though he wanted to complain. Linda realized that surviving 3 years under Max proved she was a pro. The two of them quickly cooked up a new scheme. Jason decided to dump the most difficult and problematic project onto Lemon. A pair of sinister smiles crept across their faces.